Yensid organist here, and welcome to another episode of OrgelCraft. I hope you guys are having a great day today. In the last episode, we did a whole bunch of cleaning up projects around the world, including getting all of the land around the base finished. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. But there is one thing out here that is bugging me, and that is the sheep farm, which I want to keep, and I want to enclose in a building. Now, in the real spaceship Earth, there are buildings that come out under these support pillars here. And there are various gift shops and things housed in there. So I've been doing a little bit of just kind of roughing out where this needs to go in order to be able to house this sheep farm. And this is kind of the outline that I have come up with so far. Now, we're going to have to do a little bit of reconfiguring to the sheep farm, because if you come over here, we don't quite fit. But something happened here, and this dirt block is now gone. I suspect Enderman. But if we do it how I have kind of worked this out over here, we have enough room for one more module, so we can move that one over there to this side, and then we'll be able to make that work. So what I want to do is I want to just kind of rough things out, and I want to build it on the other side where we don't have the farm to deal with, and then I can replicate it over here. So I believe on this diagonal I went 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And I think that's going to, well, let's put it this way. That is big enough to enclose this farm. I don't know if it's going to be big enough to look proportional to what we've got here. So let's do a little bit of work here. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then let's go and do that on the other side as well. So right there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then from here, I just kind of went on a straight line and brought them together. Now I don't like the sharp corners, so we are going to deal with that momentarily. But let's just get this built. I missed missed by one line. All right, so we'll do that. Whoops, not that one. We can take that one, and then we'll go along and fill this in. So that kind of gives us our structure, and then we can probably curve it, maybe start like here. And maybe we want to do like a little bit more of a subtle curve. I'm not sure quite how that would work, but let's take this corner off here. Let's take that one off too. All right, and let's see how that looks from the air. Looks okay, but I really feel like it's not deep enough. Now, the other problem that we are going to run into here is running outside of the area of the base. So I think if we could maybe get the slope of the building right, it would be okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Now, there's one other thing that I want to do. And I want to put some carpet down on here to see about stopping mob spawning. And I'm not sure how this is going to look. I don't like that this carpet doesn't match, but this is as close as we get. So let's just do this along here really quick. And then let's see how that looks. And I know we have more stuff up at the top. But it is bothering me that things are spawning on top of these things. You know, from a distance, you don't really see it. Let's see as we get a little bit closer. As you get closer, you can kind of see it, but it's not bad. That works for me. What I suspect is not going to work for me is white carpet all along the top. And this is something that has been bothering me since I built the base. So if we were to cover the top of this with white carpet to stop spawning, I think that it is not going to look good, and I think that it's going to kind of destroy the effect of the quartz blocks up here. But let's just do this real quick, and of course it's becoming nighttime, so that's going to be really hard to tell. All right, so that's what that looks like. How does it look if we fly away? It looks very white, and it does contrast with the quartz, because it's definitely a lot brighter. The quartz is a little bit more subdued, has a little bit more of that off-white color in there, which apparently changes based on the time of day, because it's looking a little bit pink right now. But let's go sleep real quick. I also had a creeper spawn in this room earlier today, and that is very concerning because I thought I had everything lit up well. So I'm not sure about that. All right, so let's see this carpet in the day. Yeah, I don't know if I like that or not. I think I might actually have to carpet the whole thing to really have an idea. The other thing that I was playing around with was the possibility of putting sea lanterns in here and then covering those with trapdoors. So if I have a chance, if I think of it later in the episode, maybe we will revisit this project up here. But I've gotten distracted from what we were doing, which was the buildings on the end there. So let me see what I can do with this. And I'm going to just play around with the shape and the structure of it a little bit, just kind of get a rough idea, and then I will bring you guys back when we have something to look at. Welcome back, everyone, and here is what I have come up with. So I smoothed out the design a little bit, rounded off the corner, and I think that looks really, really nice, and then just basically picked the roof design that we had over here, so the smooth stone slabs, and carried that along there, and I think this looks really nice. It has a really good slope when you get up in the air. I think we need to do that, and probably another one on the other side. That one slipped away from me. Actually, that should probably be cyan terracotta. Yeah, that's what that should be. Makes that a little bit more consistent there. Yeah, and so then I carpeted all of this, so this should all be spawn-proof. I really like how it looks coming off here. It also makes the pillar look like it is more supportive, which is really nice. And then coming down here, we just have, I haven't done anything with the inside yet, other than to make sure that it was spawn-proof, because I had a couple of places where my light level was down to 7. But then just opened this up, put a couple little iron doors there, almost like you have like sliding glass doors that could come into place and go out. But that's what we've got for here. I'm really happy with how this design turned out. I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do with the interior over here. I have a couple ideas, but I'd be interested to hear your suggestions as well. So now I need to duplicate this design on this side, and I don't think I have nearly enough cyan terracotta, so I'm probably going to have to go and get some dye. But yeah, let me get that done, and I will bring you guys back in a minute. Welcome back, everyone. Our sheep farm is finished. So this is what we have got in here. I originally went through and did the floor all as andesite just to match everything, and then I decided it looked a little bland in here, so I wanted to pull the blue that we have up here down. So I put some carpet down here. I didn't carry the carpet all the way through into the back section because this is kind of, just a, utility area. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep the andesite down here. I think I might want something a little bit cleaner for a floor in here. But then for lighting, I went with end rods for the ceiling because I think those look kind of like fluorescent lights, and I thought that was a really nice way to do that. So the sheep farm is done. Made a little bit of a modification to the outside here just to make the lines look good. And then we have our other one over here, which I went and carpeted the entire place so that it's ready to go for whatever we decide to put in there. And then if we just fly on up, there is what we have. So I am really, really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, things are starting to feel like they are getting finished. One other thing, I did this on stream this week. I said I was going to replace the glowstone with sea lanterns. I finally did that. I also came along with trapdoors just to kind of cover that bluish green that's around the edge. And that just makes the color a little bit more consistent. So what I had been planning on working on next was the next area of up inside the base, but as I've been running in and out to get supplies for this, I kind of got feeling like I want to do something with the entryway here. We put this together very early on in the base as a means to get up in, but it looks really kind of bland. And now that things are starting to come together, like all the rest of the base is finished in this part. Well, most of it. I still need to work on the Egypt room a little bit. But yeah, this entrance, not so good. Let's see what we can do with this to make this look a little bit nicer. So after pouring almost an entire day to it, we have an entrance. Check this out. So I have been doing a ton to get this place looking awesome, and I'm really, really happy with how things turned out. I went through about 3 different types of this path. I'm not 100% sold on the prismarine bricks yet, but I do like that the color is different and kind of offset. So we have this path that comes up in here, a little bit of stone brick fence with the end rods. I wanted to do more with lighting under here, so kept going with the end rods theme, and I think this looks really nice and really kind of makes all that color pop out there, especially at night. And then we come in here, and this is our entryway, and I spent a ton of time trying to get all of the design for this right. I wanted something that was going to be kind of futuristic, also maybe a little bit on the retro futuristic side, and so I spent a lot of time working on this. So you've got these flashing lights that are kind of moving forward, because Spaceship Earth is a time machine. You know, you go back to the beginning of time and then progress through to the present day. And so I really like having these running lights along here. I'll take you down and show you that in a minute. And then I was trying to figure out what to do with the wall, and I came up with the idea of having like a gradient. And so you go from the blue terracotta, which is purple, and so then just to kind of have those colors fade to gray, and then all the way to black when you come around the corner. I built up this little platform here, to kind of hide the track from view and kind of make it, if you think that it's like a ride vehicle, you get in there and you load into it here, and then you go on. So I also replaced this with an iron trapdoor so that it's a little bit easier to get around. And then if we come down here, what I basically have is a couple of hopper chains with a couple items in there, and they just cycle around, and that's how we get the lamps going. So the comparator reads it, powers that, which then runs up the torch tower and activates the light up top. So that is that. And then we can just pop back up this way. Under here are sea lanterns. And then we pop in here, we get our minecart, and we ride up into the base. So I spent way more time on this than I had intended to, but you know what? I'm really, really happy with the results of it. So that project is done. So let's head upstairs and work on something else. Welcome back to the Middle Ages. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to get a little bit of a netherwort farm going. And so I think this is what I want, where I want to build it. And so let's go ahead and go here, and let's put our dispensers down here, because that's going to kind of be what determines where everything is going to go. And then I'm going to pull this floor out, and I want to bring this... I think we're going to go ahead and bring it all the way over here. And then we will plop our soul sand down. And we'll just bring that along in through here. I'm not sure if I can place that there or not. I can. Okay, good. All right. And there. And that's going to do it, because that's all we have room for. So then what we're going to do is you won't let me place that there, will you? Okay, fine. We'll put it there for right now, and we'll adjust accordingly. All right, so we're gonna go like that, and then at the end here we're gonna go ahead and put some upside down stairs, and this will stop anything from washing off the end. Yeah, and then along the sides I want to do trapdoors, and I think on this side we're just gonna put them down like this. But then on the other side, we're actually going to go ahead and flip them up. So we'll do like this, and I don't have enough. I'm one short. Of course I am. All right, let's go make one of those really quick. And I need another thing. That, and like that. These crafting recipes are so weird. Okay, so then we will put that there. And then, I'm not sure, I need to put something on top of these to make sure that we don't lose anything, but I'm not sure what I want to put up there. I don't know if I just want to do more spruce, or if we want to do something a little bit more decorative there. Not quite sure. We're going to do that for right now. So then what we need is we basically need a way to flush the system. So let me take out a little bit of floor here. There we go. And these are going to need to be solid blocks. Okay. And then I need a whole bunch of repeaters. We're going to have to fill this floor in completely here. Actually, I can go ahead and take some of this stone out because I don't need it under the floor. I also need to figure out where our hoppers were. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and break that. Because what we're going to do is we're actually going to run all of the netherwort from here to a chest in the potion brewing room, which is where we actually need it. Now, where did I come in? I came in over here. Okay. So, let's see here. Stone, let's go ahead and pillar back up there, and then I'm just going to fill this in. That's at the wrong level. Let's go here and take up a little bit more floor. Okay. And then I'm going to fill this in. We're going to bring this down a little bit more here, because what we need to do is we need to fire off the dispensers twice. Once to get the once to dispense the water, and then again to stop dispensing the water, essentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to put repeaters into there, and then we need a line of redstone, if I can actually get it onto my hotbar. There, like that. Okay. And then from wherever our input is going to be, let's maybe put our input here. Do I have any buttons? Do I have... We'll just use a stone button for right now. Alright, so let's say we want to put our input here. Then we would need... Actually, will that power that? It will not. If I make this a full block, will that power that? Yes. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to bring a repeater out of here, and we're just going to run a line of repeaters along here. This may not be enough, but we will try it. Stick one there, and then let's put the delay as long as we can. There we go. All right, does this work enough to fire twice? Yes, perfect. Oh, wait, I've created a clock. Dang it. How do I fix that? Repeater there. No, I need to make a separate line. So let's take will this power that? Will this power that? It will not. Let's see. If I put a repeater out of here, does it power directionally? No. Okay. So, I think maybe what we could do is fall through the floor. I'm stuck. I am definitely stuck. So if we do... Nope, not there. There. If we do that, and then we put redstone there, and then we can move this over, and we don't really need any more. That no, I'm 2 pieces of redstone short. Hang on, back to the redstone box. By the way, I have a redstone box now. I made this during the live stream this week because I was finding that I would need various things, redstone components. So then if we do that, there we go. Okay, but the delay is not long enough. 1, 2. Perfect. All right, so now we're good to go. And then we should be able to just close this off. I think all of this... Oh, no, we can do that. We can do right there, which I'm going to have to put back, I realize. But we should be able to do that, and we can have this be at this level all along there, and I can come back and do a better job of hiding this in a little bit, but let's just make sure that works. 1 and 2. Okay, excellent. So yeah, so essentially that is our nether wart farm. I do need to put torches back because it got very dark over here. So let's go ahead and stick those. Oh, I can't put that there. Which actually means I don't think that's spawnable, but we won't take the chance. Okay. So then we just need to plant some nether wart, and I have a whole bunch over here. Let's see, should be in here. Let's see, I think I had, I don't know, I'll take half a stack. We'll call that good. So we will just plant the nether wart along there. Now, I guess the one problem is that I don't have any way to restock this once it goes. So I think maybe what we'll do is I'll take this hopper here and I will have it come out this way. So we're going to just go ahead and break that and put this up here, and then I will get like a barrel or something, and then we can have this hopper run that way, so that we will still have a way to restock the farm, and then the rest of it will go down to the potion brewing, and hopefully we'll get enough. So all right, so let me get this cleaned up a little bit. Let me get the hopper line run over to our potion brewing room, and then I will bring you guys back in just a minute. All right, so I have everything built up here, everything connected. I do not like the spruce up here, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So for right now, it's staying. So I know not everything is fully grown, but I do want to give this system a little bit of a test. So we hit the button. Everything runs down there, gets pushed off. Not quite. There's a little bit that gets left over. That's not too bad, though. So then, let's see. I think I had like 14 extra in here. So there's 20. So this is, yeah, that is probably not going to completely refill. But again, it was not fully grown. So that's part of it. So, but then we'll just go chuck that back in the barrel. And then if we come down to our potion room, tucked away back here is a chest that now receives netherwort, and then we can just grab it and pop it into there. All right, so next on the docket for this area is the next few villagers that I want to get in here. So I want to have a couple of clerics, which we're going to get set up probably in this area. I definitely think I want to stick one in here, and maybe I'll just stick both of them in this area. I'm a little further along than I wanted to be, but I'm afraid if I pull them out this way that it's going to get kind of full here. I suppose maybe I could put them on top of the netherwort farm? But then I feel like that might be a little too high, so I'm going to have to play around with that. But anyway, so definitely a couple of clerics in here, and then over here, and I don't know if I'm going to face it this way or face it this way, but I want to have at least one cartographer, probably just one, because I do want to find a woodland mansion and go raid a woodland mansion, plus they're good for paper trades, so I think it would be good to just have a cartographer on hand. So I'm probably going to do a fairly similar style to this, and I think I'm going to make a single map, like as scaled out as I can make it, and see how much of the world we can get here, so that we can kind of have like a display of this is what this villager is for. So let me get to work on building those and bringing those villagers over here, and I will bring you back in a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. So I have been busy getting things all set for some new villagers. Here we have our cartographer all set up in a little station here. I've got him traded all the way up to master, and I grabbed my Woodland Explorer map so we can go do that. Have a map of the area. This is where our base is right here. This actually turned out to be really good because you get a little bit of everything. You've got the mesa, you've got some desert, you've got water, you've got snow-capped mountains. So I thought this was really nice for there. But let me show you what I have done for the clerics. This is what we have got over here. So, if you come back in here, I have made them basically their own little laboratory. So they've got their workstations here, and then just basically have a little bit of everything. So, cauldron full of water with a tap there, a couple of flower pots around here, little shelf cubby area for storing things there. Because they deal with gold, I put a gold pressure plate there, the netherwort, and all of that. Now, you may be thinking, can't they escape? No, they cannot. So even though this is a 2-block gap and they are capable of standing in it, this bottom half slab here and this top half, they treat as a full block, even though there is space there. So when their pathfinding looks at this, they only see a 1-block gap, so they can't get through it. So they are happy in here. They can move around, and they're easy to come in and trade with. I've got them up to master, so we can get redstone, we can get glowstone. The best trade of all, though, is 1 gold ingot gets an emerald, and both of them have this trade. So there we are. So, I really like how this little area turned out in here. They keep trying to jump up on top of the trapdoors, so every so often we get bouncy villagers. I really like how that turned out, and so I think I want to do something similar up here for the masons. So that's what I'm going to work on next. And originally I had only intended to do a couple masons, but they're really good for quartz, and so I think I might actually get like 3 or 4. So the other couple of things I need to deal with are where this room is going to end, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for that. Although it might look nice to continue, like, instead of continuing to bring this wall along the outside edge, to actually curve it back in, and then we could come, like, from here, or maybe one more out, and do some stone bricks, and then lead into the next room that is going to be over here. The other thing is I'm very concerned about the height of the floor, and I feel like we are going to need to very quickly get higher. So I don't know if I'm going to do that in the transition from this room to the next, or if I'm going to bring this floor up a little bit more. So let me get to work on all of that, and I'll bring you guys back in a little bit. So I have finished off this room, and here is what I have come up with. So the ceiling took me forever to get right, and I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I figure you're not going to look up too much. So I was having trouble with the fact that the room gets wider here, and I didn't want to continue this design straight out. It didn't look good when I did that. So we did kind of a curving pattern there, and I think it works out okay. I might play with it a little bit more. And then this is what I did for the front, and I really wanted to have some kind of like stained glass window. So what I did was I punched this out, and then there are smooth quartz stairs, which the glass doesn't connect to, and then I've got sea lanterns illuminating it, so it looks like you have some light coming through, and you can see the sea lanterns, but they're not too bad. And then it makes it look like this is actually the quartz of the outside of the base. But it actually looks, from a distance like it's just more sea lanterns, so that works. And then just a little bit of decorating, the chiseled stone bricks here, and then the ore blocks there, just to have an accent of color. So I'm really happy with how the front of this turned out. The problem is if I want to put my masons in here and keep them contained, I'm going to ruin the sight line coming through here. There will be something like this right across there, and I don't really want that. So while I'm thinking about what to do with that, I am going to work on a little bit of lighting in here. So getting rid of the torch spam and replacing it with some carpet, and then working on a couple of chandeliers up at the top so that we don't just have random lanterns hanging everywhere. So let me get that cleaned up, and let me see if I can have any kind of brainstorm on what I want to do up here. Welcome back, everyone. Our Middle Ages Renaissance room is done. So here is what we have. So I did figure out a way to kind of contain everybody here and still have, be able to do the trick so that they can't get out, but not to completely destroy the sight line. You lose a little of it, but I think it is okay. I got 4 masons. We have Leonardo and Walter, Johann, and Michelangelo. You can see where the inspiration come from. And they both have these blocks of marble here that they are going to turn into statues eventually. I did have to add a little bit of fencing here because they are stepping up on these stone cutters, and I was a little bit afraid they might be able to hop the fence. I don't think they can, but I didn't really want to take the chance, so I just added that. So then, as far as getting all of this lit up, and I forgot to take down my ender chest, and now I've broken the wall. So we've got these sconces on the wall, just really, really simple there. And then we've got a little chandelier up here, a few more sconces over there. If we go up top, you can see it a little bit better. It seems a little cluttered, so I might change this one. But everything is spawn-proof. But then we have the bigger chandelier up here, And again, not 100% happy with the design. Yeah, but this is where I am for right now. It may get an update, it may not. We will just have to see. I've gone through and put all the lighting in the floor. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different with the carpeting because I don't like how random and sporadic it is. But I did want to get this area finished for this episode, and I have gone around and checked everything. And we should be all spawn-proof. We should be all good to go. I was doing some work in here, and I kept hearing. Well, I had a couple Endermen pop up, but then I was hearing a skeleton. Well, it turns out that the little central area that was a failed attempt. I should have just walked. I was almost there anyway. Yeah, it turns out that down at the bottom of this, I had not lit up, so it was completely dark and was spawning, so there was a skeleton in there. I had to pull in my camera account to find that. But yeah, so this is done. I've got all of the rails in place, set up another station here. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I modified how our hopper chain runs. So now, when we flush the system, all of the nether wart ends up in this barrel. And then I have a little lever tucked down here, which you flip, which unlocks the hopper, and then everything drains out from there and then goes over to the potion brewing. Whoops, wrong button. Brewing. So as you see, that is gone. So yeah, I am really happy with how this room turned out. This was a lot of unknown going into this project, and yeah, to see it completed, I'm really happy with it. Really excited to get started on the next part of the base. We really have, I think, 3 sections left, so this is going to be kind of industrial revolution here, and this is where I am planning to do things like toolsmiths and armorers and weaponsmiths. I know it's not really historically appropriate, but I want to have some of those, and I didn't know where else to put them. So they are going to go in here. Then we're going to move into more of the modern area. I heard a zombie. Oh, that's because it's nighttime. I haven't slept in the bed yet. So they're above me. But yeah, so this was going to be kind of the modern area. We will have a much better automatic concrete maker that goes in there. And then we're going to transfer to the top, which is going to be kind of like the living quarters, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking... My plan is to actually put a little house up here, but yeah, that's something that I haven't quite worked out what I am going to do yet. So that's still a little ways off, but we are doing good. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode today. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. All of those links are down in the description, and I hope to see you on Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern for our live stream. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.